I'm Sofie, and I'm one of the lifestyle educators here at Positive Choice. I want to welcome you to our 4 weeks healthy spine sequence. I want you to always, when you practice yoga, to modify whenever needed and listen to your own body. You're always your best teacher yourself. Know that this video is not meant to diagnose or treat anything, and you do not want to override anything that your doctor has been telling you to do. Today we're going to be starting in child's pose. So we'll start with the toes into touch, and we'll bring out the knees wide. If when you come down that you don't feel your hips are sinking down very well back, you can bring a blanket in under your hips and sit down on that. Bring your arms out in front of you, and then relax your forehead down towards the ground. If you feel kind of suffocated with your head down on the ground, you're welcome to put a block or a pillow underneath your forehead. And we'll start with just taking a couple of nice deep breaths here. Let's start with a deep breath in through the nose. Feel the back side of your body lifting, opening, expanding. And on your exhale, release the weight of your body down towards the mat, in towards the earth. We'll do that 2 more times. Deep breath in. Feel how the lower back opens and expands. And on the exhale, feel the contraction of your lower back as you sink deeper down into the floor. 1 more time, nice deep breath in. And on your exhale, press your sit bones back towards your heels as you reach your fingertips longer forward. Feel the stretches down the side of your body. And from here, you can softly seal your lips. And begin to breathe slowly and rhythmically in and out through your nose. Focusing on the releasing with every breath out. Relieving muscle tension, soreness, stiffness, and finding a place of softness. On your next inhalation, we'll come up to a tabletop position. You can remove that blanket if you have one. If you do have sensitive knees, you can unfold the blanket and put it underneath your knees. We'll bring the hands in and under the shoulders and the knees right under the hips. Slightly activate your lower abdomen by lifting your belly button up towards your spine, so you'll feel that instead of sagging down into your belly and lower back, that you find a little more of a flat spine. Our toes are tucked, and that will help with that activation of the core. See if you can find length from your tailbone and all the way through the crown of your head, so you're slightly tucking in your chin. Breathe in and breathe out, activating the core. And let's add on some spinal movements here. On your next breath in, roll from your tailbone up through your lower back, arching up through the upper back, up through your neck until your gaze is upwards. And on your exhale, again, start from your tailbone, tuck it downwards as you begin to round through the lower back, upper back, and up through the neck until your gaze is towards your belly button. Inhale from your tailbone, arching through the lower back, upper back, and up through the neck. Look up. Exhale, tuck the tailbone in and under, curling and rounding the spine until your gaze is inwards. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. And on your exhale, circle your hips towards the right side and back towards your heels. Inhale, come over towards the left side to finish the circle. And exhale, send your hips towards the right side and back towards your heels. Inhale, come forward to the left, and we'll switch direction. Exhale, send it to the left side and back towards your heels. So we're getting a little bit of a lower back and hip stretch. Inhale, come to the right and forward. Exhale to the left and back. Inhale to the right and forward, and this is where we'll stay. Exhale, lift in your lower belly. Bring your left hand in towards the center of the mat, and on your next breath in, reach your right hand up towards the ceiling. And on your exhale, sweep the mat and send the right arm in and under the left until your shoulder and the side of your head comes down on the mat. With your left
push onto the mat, finding that spinal rotation. Sometimes here the right hip wants to move backwards and the left hip wants to move forward. We'll do the opposite and press the right hip back towards your right heel, and the left hip gets in line with the right. You should feel a good stretch at the space between your shoulder blades. Your left hand comes in next to your face, and on your next breath in, reach your right hand back up. And on your exhale, slowly release it down. Bring your right hand towards the center of the mat, and inhale, lift your left hand up. Find that gentle twist of your spine, and on your exhale, sweep the left hand in and under the right until the side of your face and your shoulders on the mat. And we can find that gentle push here with the right hand in against the floor to find a comfortable stretch in the space between your shoulder blades. And then we try and square out the hips so the right hip moves a little bit backward so the left hip gets in line. Breathing in to the back space of your body. Pressing into the right hand, inhale, bring your left hand high, unravel. And on your exhale, bring the hand back down to the ground. We'll keep the hips high here. We'll walk the hands out and forward. And little by little, your chest moves down towards the mat. From here, you can plant your chin on the ground or your forehead, whatever feels more comfortable. So it's kind of like a child's pose, but we get a little more of a back bend. It's called extended puppy pose. Take a full inhalation. And on your exhale, allow your chest to melt closer towards the mat. You should feel a really nice stretch over the front side of your shoulders and your chest. On your next breath in, bring your hands back in and under your shoulders, back to tabletop. On your exhale, draw in the core and tuck your toes under. Inhale and press your knees slightly off the mat. They're hovering just a couple of inches off the mat, and you should feel the front side of your core activating a little stronger. Your hands are firmly pressing in against the ground. If you can take a little more of a challenge here, we'll try and lift the right foot off the floor, but still keep the knees just a couple of inches off the mat. Still breathing slowly and deeply. Take one more inhale and hold that right foot up. And on your exhale, release the foot down. And then we'll try the other one. Inhale, left foot up. Holding in your lower abdomen. Hold it for one more inhale. And on your exhale, drop the toes, drop your knees. Lean slightly over your hands and lower yourself all the way down to the mat with your elbows in close to your body. And when you come all the way down, you can untuck your toes. Let's walk the hands just a little bit backwards so they're next to your rib cage and your elbows is right above your wrist. On your next breath in, roll your shoulders down your back and peel just your chest off the mat. Let's keep the feet on the ground by pressing the toenails down into the earth, and then we'll keep the hands light. So we are only using for a slight bit of support here. Shoulder blades moves in towards each other, and your gaze is downwards to keep the neck long. Take one more breath in. Can you lift a little bit higher? And on your exhale, release down. Let your gaze come to the right side, and release your hands down the side. Take a full inhale. And when you reach the top of that inhale, I want you to squeeze your glutes as much as you can. Hold your breath here. And we'll hold that tension of the glutes and the breath for as long as it's comfortable to you. When you feel the need to take another breath, you release the glutes and release your breath up. It's a really great way of releasing tension of your back. Turn your gaze down towards the mat and bring your forehead down on the mat. Bring your arms out to the sides, like a cactus arms. Palms are facing downwards. Without lifting your chest or head on your next breath in, squeeze your shoulder blades together and get your arms off the floor. And we'll hold it right here. From here, find a little bit of activation down through the legs as you press the tops of your feet down into the floor. Breathe in. Breathe out and squeeze those shoulder blades together. We're working on the upper back strength. Take one more inhale. And then exhale to release the hands back down. Full breath into your lower and upper back. And on your exhale, gaze back forward. Plant your hands next to your chest. Tuck your toes. And we'll slowly roll up. And all the way back over the heels, this time with the legs together. Arms down the side of your body and forehead to the ground. Let your shoulders be heavy to create space between your shoulder blades. Take a deep breath into the whole back side of your body. And a deep breath out. Slowly walk your hands back up in front of you. And then roll yourself back up to that tabletop. We'll do that core strengthening again. Tuck the toes. And take a breath in and hover your knees off the ground. Exhale, draw in your lower belly. Inhale, lift the right foot off the ground. Exhale, hold. One more inhale. And exhale, release the foot down. Inhale, left foot lifts. Exhale, draw in the navel. One more, inhale, hold. And on your exhale, drop the toes, drop your knees, lean slightly forward over your hands, and come all the way down to the mat. This time you're welcome to do the same variations as we did before with the hands next to your rib cage, lifting your upper body. If you want a little more of a chest and shoulder opener, you can interlace your fingers behind you. Whatever variation you choose, on your next breath in, lift your chest off the ground. If your fingers are interlaced, straighten out your arm and push your knuckles back towards your heels. Still looking down to elongate the neck, and your feet and legs are active, pressing into the earth. Feel the whole back side of your body activating, strengthening and lifting. Take one more inhale. And on your exhale, slowly release down. Let your arms come down each side, looking towards the left side. One more time, take a deep breath in. When you reach the top of the inhale, engage the glutes, squeeze the glutes and hold the breath. And you hold this tension for as long as feels comfortable. When you cannot hold it anymore, release the breath out and release the tension. Bring your arms back out, cactus arms, look down towards the ground. Keeping your feet and your forehead on the ground, take a breath in and lift your arms up, squeezing those shoulder blades in together. Keep your elbows out from your shoulders. They don't have to squeeze backwards. They're just lifting straight off the ground. 2 more breaths. Breathe in. Exhale, press your feet down and lift your arms an inch higher. 1 more inhale. And exhale, release down. Full breath into the back side of your body. And full breath out. Bring your arms back next to your ribcage and look straight ahead. Tuck your toes. Activate your abdominal muscles, and on your next breath in, press up. And on your exhale, come back into your child's pose, this time with legs together, arms down the sides, forehead to the ground. You're welcome to stay right here. If you want a little more of a stretch or a rounding of your spine, you can hold on to the heels or to the soles of your feet. And on your next breath in, you will bring your nose closer towards your knees as you lift your hips up. This is too much for you. Stay down in the child's pose. We'll take 2 breaths here. This one gives a really nice stretch in between the shoulder blades and back towards the lower back. Hold it for another inhale. And as you exhale, release down. Bring your hands back out in front of you and slowly roll yourself up. And then we'll swing the legs out in front of us and take a seat. Bring your arms out in front of you and lengthen your spine. Sit up nice and tall. Draw in your abdominals. Take a breath in. And on your exhale, roll down your spine 1 vertebrae at a time. We keep the core nice and active. And if you find that spot where you really want to give in and just collapse down, try and hold it for a second. Find the strength again, and then continue rolling down. 1 vertebrae at a time. And when you're all the way down on your back, Let's hug the knees and over the chest, and give it a little rock side to side. Kind of a little massage of the lower back, and of the top of your glutes and your sacrum. Okay, take another breath in, hug those knees in. And on your exhale, release your legs down. We'll keep the arms down the sides. Walk your feet out towards the outer edges of the mat, and your knees are collapsing in towards each other. Take a full breath into your lower belly, and a full breath out. If this position feels nice and releasing for your lower back, you're welcome to stay right here. Otherwise, you can try this other variation to bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees fall outwards. For some of us, this finds a good release in the lower back as well. If this stretches too strongly on your inner thighs, you can take blocks or blankets and put it in under your outer thighs to find a little extra support on both sides. We'll bring the hands down to your lower belly and let your thumbs come up to meet at your belly button. And then your index fingers come together and they're pointing down towards your pubic bone. Take a full breath in and feel those fingertips move apart as your belly expands. And as you exhale, those fingertips will come back into touch. Try to really feel how this breath expansion comes down to your lower belly, but also all the way back and around to your lower back. And you're welcome to stay here as long as you want and focus on your breath, feeling the release with every exhale out. If you are ready to continue your day, you can bring your legs back together, roll yourself sideways over, and come up to the seats. Take your time wherever you are. And thank you guys for joining us this week for a healthy back session. Namaste.